What's happening, everybody? This is Zach with the Jam Space Podcast, and today we have a breakdown of my new album, All the Same. This is some audio that I lifted from Chris Beck's most recent episode of the Doom Tomb Podcast. He was kind enough to have me on the show to talk about the new album and a lot of things we got going on in the future. I want to thank everybody for continuing to support me. This album cycle is just about finished with all the PR and things that we have cooked up for this, so I am excited to be moving forward into writing some new material for Who Do I Kill. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe. If you're interested in all that, I talked about it at length with Chris on the most recent episode of the Doom Tomb Podcast. Today we are going to be breaking down every track on the new album All the Same that just hit all streaming services this past Friday. So wherever you listen to music, whether it be Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, is it Deezer or Dozer? I don't know. Apple Music, I think Napster's still a thing. I don't know. But my favorite one is Bandcamp. I'm at zachcry.bandcamp.com. Download the app. It's just like all other streaming services. Except this one is more, it directly helps the artist more than any other platform. But besides that, this episode is going to be streaming on all podcast services. But I'm also going to be doing a Spotify-only version of this one that's going to count as a new volume of the Altitudes playlist. And it'll be everything that you hear inside this one, but I'm also going to be adding more songs to the playlist from other artists that were directly inspired me to write some of these songs, or maybe some of the tonalities that I was going after. They're giving me some of the ideas to write this music. So if you listen to that podcast with me and Chris Beck, we talk about some of the stuff, and we drop some of the names of these songs. So I might as well just put them in the playlist for you guys. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The first song we're starting with is the title track, All the Same.
So I had this guy on a couple of months ago talking about this full-length release that he had. And he was mentioning that he had some other material coming down the road, and now we're at that spot. The man's name is Zach Cry. The band is Who to a Kill, but today we're going to talk about his one-man solo project, All the Same. Zach, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Chris? I'm just hanging out here in my jam room, getting ready to shut it down for the night and go to work in the morning.
Hell yeah, man. Now, I tell you what, do you mind? Can we just get right into the material?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All the Same. I want to kick it off with this first track. I got this like West Coast desert style groove. You kick off the album to me with something that is so reminiscent of your personality. It's just laid back and it's groove heavy. I also like the layering of the intro. It's kind of beyond an intro. It's just like you're adding different layers as we get to the main part of the song. Right. Killer soulful solo. So what can you tell me about this?
This song, All the Same, is the song that kind of made me pull the trigger on, getting a good collection of songs, because most of the other songs I've had written for a pretty good amount of time. So they've just been floating around in the ether, and then once I wrote All the Same, and then that song Look Out Above right after that kind of drew everything together, where I had a sort of like a coalescent little group of songs or whatever. But the song itself, this is one of the rare occasions where I wrote the lyrics first. And it was like one of those situations where I was just on a long drive and started just sometimes when I'm driving, I'll think about lyrics and stuff, and then I can just build an entire song by the time I get to wherever I'm going. And then
right.
The music.
Now,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go
Chris.
ahead.
Oh, usually the music comes first, in most circumstances. So this is one rare occasion where I did write the lyrics first, and then the music was kind of in my head as I was hearing the vocal melodies and stuff.
Now, is this song about the trials of a musician? Is it a cautionary tale to just live your life and be yourself? I mean, I love where you're going with it. At the end, we got this we're never going to be what we wanted. I mean, where are you going with that?
Yeah, well, that's basically it. It's all that wrapped into one big thing, and I think that's relatable across all walks of life. Whether you be a musician, an artist, or anybody really.
Right.
It's kind of, this man's search for meaning, We don't really know what we're doing here or where we're going. What's the point of all this stuff, So that's kind of along those lines. Like, I can't wait to accept that which I cannot change. Like, we all got to just accept it, what we can't change. And so it's like, I can't wait to do that, which means I'm not doing it right now, So it's like people tend to put stuff off, and it's like, I don't know, we're all like hoping for that attainment of perfection, but it's kind of like just out of reach or something,
I got you, man. I got you. Which comes into this next track, Look Out Above.
Real quick, if you stick around long enough, you're gonna
I love that spot in the song where you got this, like, I don't even know how to put it, but just that vocal, that lyric, like we done before. I love that part of the song. I don't remember why I actually wrote this. I guess I was thinking as I was hearing this, I felt that this was like a borderline lyric from moving from Texas to Arizona, but I don't know if I'm right on that. What can you tell me about Look Out Above?
Actually, this song too was another rare occasion. Wow, I didn't think of it till just now. I wrote the lyrics to this one too, and I was on a long drive, and it was actually when I went up there to see Buddy and them. They played with High on Fire, and Big Business was up there, all in San Jose, California. So it was like
okay.
Great Electric Quest, High on Fire, just a killer lineup, man. A bunch of bands I'm totally spacing on right now. And that was another long drive. Like sometimes when I'm having long drives, I just get in the zone and I'll start putting together some lyrics, and that too came lyrics first. And I was walking around downtown San Jose, and that was like, I guess the city can make you kind of itchy. I had been doing a bit of day drinking. When I got to San Jose, I had been doing a bit of day drinking. So those lyrics they're kind of funny and goofy, silly lyrics,
Yeah, but well thought out, man.
Yeah.
Like it I would consider you a lyricist, because from what I have heard, from whether it was the Hoodoo EP or the the full release or this, it's like you have something to say.
Absolutely. I consider lyrics to be my strong suit for sure. I don't know what I have to say really, or what I'm trying to say. That's why I kind of fumble with questions when people ask what's this song about or what that song's about. But there's definitely something that's working its way out of me. That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're getting it out through music.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, here's a quick question. So you're driving along, and I've done this where I've had enough of music, and I can't believe I'm actually saying it, but I just had enough. I got to shut it off. No podcast, no nothing. I just, just driving, and then like every once in a while, the weirdest thoughts come in my head. And I had a client today. I was talking to him, and he was talking about having hope. I guess because we're in weird times. I think things are kind of getting clearer, but we're still in some strange times. And I said, yeah, I get it. And he was talking about like what's after, what comes after. I said, I don't know. I have no idea. Now, I said, I got to admit, I was driving one day and I kind of thought about it, where people say, oh my God, I had a near-death experience. I saw the white light. I saw what's going to be my next world. And I said, but what if it wasn't? Like, what if that light was just you coming out of another birth canal, getting ready, and like you remember your previous life as you go through like the id, the ego, the superego of you growing up, whether it's like age 1, 2, or 3. And then afterwards, it kind of all fades away. And you just try and keep going on this. You're just going to keep cycling and looping and looping. And that's at the point where I say, I got to turn the music back on.
No, there's something to that, man. I used to think, because since I was younger, man, I used to have like deja vu sort of flashbacks where you kind of see like a flash of an image or something, like in a dream or something, and then later on, down the line, a week later, maybe a day or two later, you see that same sequence of events, or you see that, it's just deja vu, or I don't know what it is, but I used to think, I formulated my own little theory that we've probably been here and done this, and now we're kind of looking back on this. And this is why we have like intuition or things like deja vu and shit like that. But yeah.
Now here's the question. When you get deja vu, when you get it, do you know the moment and you're like, oh, this is familiar. Do you know what comes after usually? Or is it just that one moment?
No, for me, it's sort of it's kind of like an indication that I'm in the right place at the right time is what I feel like. When I realize I'm experiencing deja vu, I go, well, I must be doing the right thing right now. So,
There you go. And just maybe in the loop, we're in the, I don't know. We talked about simulations and all kinds of weird shit. So
Yeah.
there's just so much, man. Parallel universe, all that crap.
Where the sun don't shine. Got a palm full of things that will blow your mind. How am I supposed to waste my time with feet that step and teeth that grind? Down in the valley where the sun don't shine. These stars revolve around me. Only one is all that I see. I follow you down the valley, through your desert into your sea. Exoskeletal, new millennial. How my love is unconditional. The only other one held up before your God, and that's me.
All right, moving forward. Roach weeds. Now, do we have like a kind of an ode to psychedelics, or maybe even like a significant other? And I do have to say, always a fan of the clean vocal versus the grittier vocal. What can you tell me about roach weeds?
This is one of the songs that has been around for quite a while. It's one of the first sort of tunes that I ever kicked out. I got a pretty big archive of songs I've written over the years, and I got a lot of demos and stuff. So I always have something to pick through, you know, whenever we decide to put a project together or whatever. And that one kind of fit the ongoing theme. I think it fits perfectly right in the middle of the album where we placed it. And
absolutely, it does.
the intro with the delay effects is something that I kind of was trying to emulate, sort of Matt Pike, that record you got on the wall right there over your right shoulder or left shoulder, Sleep the Sciences.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the very first the intro to that album, man. All that shit he's doing. I was kind of trying to
Why
emulate
is that so good? Oh my god, I don't know.
There's
It's
no way
not
I could have ever
necessarily-
recreated that, man. But dude, that shit is. It sounds so great. I could listen to that for fucking on repeat, man. Just the sound effects that he has. Yeah.
Absolutely, you can. I think it sounds fantastic. But yeah, I agree. Like the first time I heard it, I'm like, wow, it's not technically like kind of a song, but it is a song, and it I don't know. It's a perfect kickoff to the album.
It sounds like sonically, like even when you pull the bowl out of the bong, man, you can hear that glass bong.
Right.
It's just sonically, it's pristine. But yeah, I kind of
Absolutely.
was emulating. When I heard that, it sounded so cool, and I wanted to try to do something like that just for a short intro. Because the song itself is sort of simple, you know. There's not much to it, but you know, keep it simple, stupid. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Every once in a while, you do that, but I want to move forward to the next track, which might not be so simple because we've got. I get this, I don't know, drowning your sorrows or just drowning life.
Yeah.
It's the most on this release. To me, it's the most upfront, forceful song. But as I was hearing it, it really reminded me of Nothing Shocking from Jane's, and part of it was the bass line. But I felt like there was this mix. Like I had Ted Just Admit It and the Mountain Song with a little ocean sides, but you made it you. And I'm not saying that you took from it, but that's what I was like. I was getting that maybe it was a deja vu of sorts, but I was getting that feeling, that kind of vibe where the first time I heard Ocean Size, the first time I heard the whole Nothing Shocking album, I'm like, what is this? I can't even define it. And I think you came across something really, really glorious with Firewater. What can you tell me about it?
Well, first of all, thank you. And I do like Jane's Addiction, but I'm not that familiar with their whole body of work. But this song is another song that has been written for quite a while, over 10 years actually.
Whoa.
And I think I just sort of was fiddling around with the bass guitar when I wrote that. And we used to play it as Who Do I Kill. We still have it in the Who Do I Kill set. This song was originally going on the Eye for an Eye album, but we pulled it and replaced it with Dawn, the song Dawn on there, with the organ tracks with Jesse from Hove and Weep. So it was a last minute decision to pull that song and replace it because I was also working on this album all the same at the same time that we were doing the Eye for an Eye album. So I wanted to do this song because I knew it in and out, and the other guys didn't, and
Right.
I was trying to save time. So that's the whole reason. I wanted to record the song, but we didn't really have time to learn it, so I did it myself, and then we used another song that we already knew.
And maybe, just because this is the way I'm hearing it, I believe it fits well here. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure maybe somewhere in Eye for an Eye it could fit somewhere, but I like this because you mixed it up where we've got all the same. So we've got some groove and Look Out Above and Roach Weeds. But when we get to here, like I said, this is like the most aggressive track to me, and I think it's a nice change to round out the album.
Yes. I reworked the lyrics. They're not the same lyrics as they were 10 years ago, and they're different vocal patterns. So the vocals are a little heavier, and I think that gives it a little more edge with the vocal pattern and the lyrics. And yeah, it does kind of have that like I'm gonna sail away and drown my sorrows, kind of vibe. So
Right.
for sure.
And it's telling that one of the lyrics is all I want for one little moment is to feel like I'm still alive. And I'm just like, yeah, because we've gotten that. We've had those moments, where we I know personally, like I had some defining moments over the past year, like I was the guy that would go to these shows, and now it's like, okay, that's dumped. Now what? And you do these other things, and like you said, like we're on the Zoom call right now, and it's like what have we been doing? And I want to get to that a little later about the time periods for writing all this. And you said you changed it up, so I would be curious as to if the current pandemic had changed any of this. But we will get to that in a minute. And before we get into Roads, I do have to say, from Firewater, I never know when I hear one of your tracks what Zach I'm going to get vocally. But I'm always looking forward to hearing what it is. And thank you for like mixing it up and not making it just so monotonous and monotone. Like I never know where you're going to come from track to track and what I'm going to hear. So I absolutely love hearing it.
Thank you, man. As much as I love writing lyrics and writing songs, I struggle sometimes maybe to sing sing the way that I would like to, so sometimes I had to compensate for that with different style vocals or adding different harmonies and stuff. So like the things that people like, they come out of like trying to find alternative ways of doing stuff, you know. So
Yeah, man. Now we go into this interesting track here, Roads.
The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. And let them go. In other words, you could put it, let your ears hear whatever they want to hear. There are no, as it were, proper sounds or improper sounds. It doesn't matter if somebody coughs or sneezes or drops something. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice just as if it were noise. Don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. Just listen to the sound. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening. And all you're doing is watching. And notice a curious thing about this. You say in the ordinary way, I breathe, because you feel that breathing is something that you are doing voluntarily, just in the same way as you might be walking or talking. But you will also notice that when you are not thinking about breathing, your breathing goes on just the same. so that as you watch your breathing, you will become aware that both the voluntary and the involuntary aspects of your experience are all one happening. Now that may at first seem a little scary, because you may think, well, am I just the puppet of a happening, the mere passive witness of something that's going on completely beyond my control? Or on the other hand, am I really doing everything that's going along? Well, if I were, I should be God. And that would be very embarrassing, because I would be in charge of everything. That would be a terribly responsible position. The truth of the matter, as you will see it, is that both things are true. You can see it that everything is happening to you, and on the other hand, you're doing everything. For example, it's your eyes that are turning the sun into light. It's the nerve ends in your skin that are turning electric vibrations in the air into heat and temperature. It's your eardrums that are turning vibrations in the air into sound, and in that way, you are creating the world. But when we're not talking about it, when we're not philosophizing about it, then there is just this happening, this
I don't know, man. Telling you to go deep, going past what you know, going outside the box, living your truth, all of it. What it did remind me of, there was a song a while ago, I'm not sure the exact title, but it's something like "Don't Forget to Wear Your Sunscreen." There was this guy, he was kind of like a monologuing, not even singing, just talking about do this, do that, do this. And that's exactly how I felt, but from more of an inside the mind version of that. What can you tell me about Rhodes? Why did you choose that narration? How did it all come about?
So the funny thing about this album is that I recorded it in Yuma, Arizona, and
Right.
So my audio engineer down there, he caught COVID, and he was really paranoid about having anybody over to his place after that.
Right.
So basically, a whole year went by before I could get a chance to talk to him. But the so the tracks were kind of I don't know, like before I put the narration on there, it just seemed sort of empty to me, and I had some other ideas that I wanted to do, and then it just felt right, you know. Then when I pulled the audio and put the narration over the music, it fit so perfectly. I barely had to do any editing and move it around, just very minimal editing. So I felt like it was a good thing. And there's so much space in that song with the long intro. And I felt like Alan Watts, he just pulled the whole thing together. You know, we put Gandhi on the Eye for an Eye album. So I don't know. I really dig like philosophy and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just decided to put that Alan Watts on there, and it sounded so cool after I did. You know, I showed my dad, and he's like, dude, this is killer. So anytime that my dad's impressed, I feel like I did something cool.
Zach, brother, thank you so much, man. I can't wait to see you in person. And when we get together, we'll rock the fucking house.
You as well, Chris. Thank you so much for doing this with me, man. And it's always good to see you.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man. Have a good night.